Good evening and welcome to our city. My name is Oscar Ocasio. I'm Director of Planning and Community Development for the City of Elizabeth, and I'm sitting in for Mayor Bowledge, who could not be with us this evening. Here's some of the things that are going on around the city this week. On Tuesday, March 10th at 11 a.m., Mayor Bowledge will attend a grand reopening of Perkins Pancake House located at 853 Spring Street. Light refreshments and desserts will be served. Later that afternoon at 12 p.m., Mayor Bowledge will attend the Governor Corzine's budget address in Trenton. On Wednesday, March 11th at 6 p.m., Mayor Bowledge will attend the Elizabeth Home Improvement's first-time homebuyer event in City Council Chambers located on the third floor of City Hall. The program, which will include representatives from Brand New Day, will provide information to residents about how to buy a home within a budget, as well as to schedule a tour of foreclosed homes in the City of Elizabeth. In addition, the program will provide support and guidance for those individuals who decide to make an offer on a house. For more information or to register for the courses, please contact the EHIP office at 352-8450 or Brand New Day at 282-0781. And on Saturday, March 14th at 9 a.m., Mayor Bowledge will attend the annual St. Patrick's Day Mass co-hosted by the Thornsticks and the Ancient Order of Hibernians. They will be honoring the Union County St. Patrick's Parade officials. Later that afternoon, Mayor Bowledge will march in the 2009 Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade. This year's parade is being dedicated to the women of Irish heritage because of their many charitable contributions to the citizens of New Jersey. Beginning at 12 p.m., the parade will kick off on Stuyvesant and Morris Avenues. Following the parade at 2 p.m., Mayor Bowledge will join the Riberia Italian-American Club members in celebrating St. Joseph's Feast. The event will take place at the Riberia Italian-American Cultural Center, and that's at 412-416 Palmer Street in Elizabeth. Later in the evening at 6:30, Mayor Bowledge will attend the 87th anniversary of the Portuguese Instructive Social Club at their hall. The event will have a cocktail hour and dinner, along with music and dancing and a show. Tickets are $45 for members and $55 for non-members. For more information, please contact 820-0476. If you need any information regarding any of these events I've mentioned, please contact the Public Information Office at 820-4124. And this evening we have with us Ms. Denise Perry, who is a senior tax specialist with the IRS, and we're going to be talking about the stimulus package and some of the benefits that come along with the tax forms and all that we have to deal with from now till April 15th. And I guess within the new legislation, there have been some changes, as always, to the tax laws. And let's start with, what is the new economic stimulus for this year? I know there was one last year. There's always one for the new year.
It's a little different than what was last year. The new economic stimulus generally is called the economic recovery provisions. Do not really impact that many individuals on this year's tax return. What they're filing for 2008, it will impact mostly what they're filing when they file the return next year for 2009, on their 2009 tax return.
Okay. Now, what are some of the provisions that relate to the individuals and families?
To the individuals and families, some of the things most people might be interested in are the Making Work Pay credit. People might have heard about that. The first-time homebuyer credit, that's available as well. The new automobile purchase tax deduction. Some people have heard about that, and they probably want to know how it affects them. A one-time economic recovery payment. I don't want that to get confused with the other payment we received. And there are some others as far as how it might affect the earned income credit and the child tax credit. Now,
does this mean we're going to get a check this year?
Not from the IRS. You're not going to get a check this year. I apologize for that, but no. This is a different one. That's why it's the new economic stimulus. If any checks will be issued, that's from the Social Security Administration, and it's based on Social Security benefits, railroad retirement benefits, supplemental Social Security income, and those who are eligible, who feel they might be eligible for that benefit, do not have any fear. Social Security will handle the entire thing. They will mail out the checks to those who are eligible, and if they have any questions, they can always contact the website for Social Security, which is www.ssa.gov and then /payment. They can check it out.
Now, is that going to affect anything related to the recovery rebate?
No, the recovery rebate, if you recall last year we had the other economic stimulus where everyone got a check. This year the IRS will not be sending out checks, but the recovery rebate is for those who did not get their total amount they were supposed to receive last year or were not eligible for the economic stimulus last year. And that is when they file their tax return, there'll be one check coming out with their refund, but it is not related to this at all. They're separate. It will not affect it whatsoever.
Okay. Now, you talked earlier about different credits, and maybe we can get into that a little more. For instance, what is the Making Work Pay credit?
The Making Work Pay credit, I guess you can think about it just as it says. You're working and it's paying for you. There will be I don't know if anyone's noticed, lately on the media, they've been talking about the change of withholdings. People have been talking about getting $800, $400. What it is basically coming from your paycheck. As you work, the withholding chart will change, and you'll see more money in your paycheck than paying out. That's where you're getting your credit. Making Work Pay. By working, they're making a change in the withholding schedule, and people will see it coming in their paycheck. That's going to start about this spring.
And that's going to affect everybody that
That'll
works?
affect everyone who works, but there is income limitations. We are the government. There are income limitations on that.
Okay, and how does it work, and when will people see it?
Okay, people will start seeing, we've already got the tables out there. Many people should start seeing it in their paychecks in the spring. What it'll work like is no one has to do anything. You don't have to contact your employer. Generally, when people complete a W-4, they're already telling the employer how they want their schedule of rate taxes taken out. That chart has been changed to reflect them to receive this as a credit. And that credit will be reflected in their paycheck throughout the year, starting in the spring. For workers, for non-workers, let's say you're not employed, then you would have to file a tax return and get the credit on your tax return. Those are basically self-employed workers because they're still going to be affected by the same percentage of tax break.
Now, you mentioned before the economic recovery one-time payment. What is that?
Well, the one-time payment is basically one-shot deal from Social Security Administration for retirees, and I'm just going to cheat a little bit on my paperwork here so I can give you exactly who is eligible for that. And that's eligibility for that is retirees, disabled individuals, and Social Security supplemental income, receiving benefits from Social Security Administration, disabled vets. That's going to be a check that Social Security will send directly to them based on their database. We don't have the Internal Revenue Service will not be sending a check. And at this time, it has been noted it will be $250. And that's the one time. It's not, don't get it confused with last year's.
So one time, $250.
One time, $250. We've not been informed that's going to change. So that'll be just that one-time shot.
Now, and this is something that a lot of folks are probably out there interested in looking into buying a new home. And what is the first-time homebuyers credit?
Well, I noticed you mentioned about you having a first-time homebuyers meeting next week. And there's a first-time homebuyers credit. There's actually two first-time homebuyers credits. There was one enacted with the new economic stimulus, but there was one people might have heard about before the new economic stimulus provision was signed. There's one that you can receive for buying your home for the first time. This will be your first home you purchase within a 3-year period before purchasing a new home. As we call that the first-time homebuyers. If you purchase the home after April of 2009, but before December of 2009, you qualify for $7,500 based on the amount of the home, 10% of the purchase of the home. There is income limitations, which we can talk about, depending upon how much a person's income is, which is up to $75,000 for individuals, their income $150,000 a joint tax return.